aside for a second because we're going to spend a couple of minutes on football here. We haven't done that much on it because of what's been going on with the Yankees and everything, which has taken up most of our attention, and most of the football's been negative with what's gone on with the Giants. But the Jets have won 3 straight. They have the Pats this week. So an interesting game here, and their head coach, Todd Bowles, joins us now. Todd, welcome. How are you?
I'm good, Mike. How you doing?
All right, Coach. You know, very quietly, you've kind of snuck up on everybody here.
Well, not by our standards, but we've been working hard trying to get better each week, and we're lucky enough to pull out 3 in a row. We're going to try to keep it going.
3 in a row is very nice. You know, you mentioned in the end of the Raider game that you saw a couple of things that pleased you about your team. What was it that you saw in that loss that made you happy?
Well, you saw the fight at halftime, and everybody, the anger that we saw from making the mistakes we made, and you saw it together. You didn't see it from individuals. You saw it as a team, and it just looked like we came together even after that game. And I know the score doesn't indicate what happened, but even after that game, it felt like we got closer and we got better. And the next week, they came in with a different mindset, you know, together as a team, and we've just been going from there.
What would you say has been the characteristic of this team so far? Has it been the fight you've seen from them? What has it been that you've seen here these last 3 games during this 3-game winning streak that you would say is the characteristic of this team as it comes together?
It's really been the mental toughness and sticking together. You know, the offense doesn't get mad at the defense and vice versa. Nobody gets mad at special teams, and everybody's rooting for each other. And everybody knows what each other's job is. So when we go out on the field, you know, everybody's held accountable to what they're trying to do. And instead of, you know, cussing somebody out, they pick each other up. And I think that's helped out a lot.
Have you liked, you know, a couple of guys have said they see some remnants of what the Seahawks built. That's what they see in this Jet defense now, the beginnings of a defense that really starting to come together. What do you see in your defense right now as you get ready for the Patriots?
No, we have a start, but I know we're a finished product, but they're working together and they're playing hard and they're having fun. The biggest thing is the communication's got to continue. You know, we can't have the lapses that we had, but the communication and with the effort and the toughness is there, and those guys are having fun together, and that's good to see.
What's the thing that has to improve most on the defense right now as the weeks go by? Does it have to, you know, does it have to get more aggressive? I mean, do you have to take the ball away more? What do you want to see from this defense that you haven't seen yet?
We really want to take the ball away more and, you know, pressure the quarterback a little more. But the biggest thing to improve is the discipline and the run fits. If we can get that down, I think we can get after people.
You've done it. The team has done some good things on special teams. You got to be pretty pleased with those so far, right?
I'm very pleased with them so far, especially the kicker and the punter. They've been doing a good job getting us field position. I think that's helped out a lot.
How about so much was expected from the young safeties, and they've gotten rave reviews so far. What would you say about them right now?
I think they're just having fun playing their game. You know, they're not looking for anything else. They're studying. They're not reading the name on people's backs or helmets of who they're playing. They're going in, concentrating on what they got to do, and they're having fun. And we like where they are right now.
What are you trying to do with this offense? Are you trying to, you know, is there a real nature to this offense yet, or is it just basically game to game, we'll do what we have to do? Or do you think this offense has developed any kind of personality so far?
It's still developing. We still like to run the ball more consistently. You know, we're getting more intricate in the game plan with the pieces we have now, trying to all fit them together. And I think that'll take a short amount of time right there, but we got to run the ball more consistently, and we still getting the guys acclimated some way, but it's shaping up to be what we want, a little 50-50 on both ends.
How have you felt about the offensive line?
They've done a good job. It's been up and down. You know, we got to learn. Even when they stack the box, we got to be able to run the ball, because that's not an excuse. You're going to get that every week. We just have to find different ways to run the football. But we put some pieces in when certain guys got hurt, but they're coming along, and they're getting better every week. You've
had some crazy long runs. We're talking with Todd Bowles. Of course, the Jets have the Pats this week off their 3-game winning streak, the first-place Jets, I should say, right now. And, you know, I know Powell had the crazy long plays. McGuire. How about the McGuire? He's done really well. You know, he's averaging over 5 a pop. I know he had 70 on one carry, but he's averaging over 5 a pop. He's shown some explosiveness. Did this kid surprise you, or did you expect this from this kid?
No, he's a good football player. Now, the biggest thing about him is he's very intelligent. He came in and didn't just pick up the run game. He picked up the pass game with a blocking or receiver. He's a good route runner, and he's a very heady football player along with his quickness and speed. So we like him a lot, and he's tough.
And McCown has given you, I would think he's given you what you expected from him, right? He's been the veteran kind of guy who can run the game for you what you wanted, right?
Yes, he does a great job. And he's highly intelligent, but he has the same youth and excitement that Jamal Adams and Marcus May has as well. So
he likes playing.
He loves to play the game.
Yeah, and he's a tough guy, too. He's got toughness, too. He really does. All right, we're talking with Todd Bowles. All right, you get the acid test this week. Here comes the Patriots, which means here comes Tom Brady to take on your defense. Now, before I get to the Pat defense, which has obviously had a lot of problems so far this year, dealing against Tom Brady, you know, obviously you got to change up your looks. You got to put different pressures on. For your defense, as it comes together, what's your key this week against the great quarterback?
Well, we got to be disciplined, and we got to really play. We got to try and make some plays. I mean, there's nothing he hadn't seen. He's seen everything. You're not going to fool him. And he's got a bunch of pieces, and Cooks and Gronk and Amendola and Hogan and the 3 running backs and everything else. He got a bunch of pieces. We just got to play sound football and not worry about who we're playing and just do our job.
You got to put pressure on him. You know that, but you can't give him a steady diet of anything. Can you do that? Do you have the ability right now, do you believe, to put that kind of pressure on him?
No, we got to make our own breaks, you know. Sometimes it's pressure, sometimes it's the illusion of pressure. But like I said, he's seen everything. We just got to be sound in what we're doing.
Now, they've struggled a lot. The Tampa game, they clearly made some adjustments, and they changed how they played a little bit defensively. Before that, they were giving up a tremendous amount of big plays on defense. What do you see when you look at this New England defense? Is this a team you feel you can move the ball on? Because they really have struggled defensively this year.
No, we see the same players. They got talent over there. They got a lot of talent. They may be busting the coverage here or there, but like you said, they settled down against Tampa, and I think they're getting back to their roots of what they do best, and they don't have the bust, and they didn't have them last week, and they had 10 days off, so we're expecting the best defense to come out there that they usually play with. So
you expect to see a typical New England defense, not the one that's given up all these broken plays. You expect to see the typical one that did do a good job against Tampa the other night on Thursday night, held them down pretty good.
Definitely.
All right, we're talking with Todd Bowles right now as the Jets get ready, the 3-2 Jets get ready to take on the Pats this week. Anything surprised you about your team after 5 games, Coach? I mean, you know, everyone thought it was such a dire situation. People were forecasting you were going to go 1-15. You told me in camp, listen, I think we're going to be a lot better than people think. You did say that. So I know you're not surprised to be 3-2. A lot of people are. But what, if anything, has surprised you about your team?
Just the maturity and the growth. You know, they continue to keep their head down and grind. So that part I love about them. We just got to keep working to get better. They know one game early in the season isn't going to make or break us, but at the same time, we have an opportunity to go 4-2 and go up 1 in the division. So we're trying to do that.
Is it a game? Do you worry about your team being able to keep its head because it's New England? You got a lot of young players. It is the Pats. We know what the Pats represent. Do you worry about that part of it this week against the Pats, about your kids handling that part of it?
No, you like the youthfulness, and you love them having fun out there and playing football. And as long as they understand their assignments and play team football, I don't worry about them. Has this defense been what you thought it would be leaving training camp? Have you gotten from this defense what you thought, or do you think there's still a lot more that this defense can show? There's a lot more we can show. I mean, like I said, we got to get the run game under control, and we have it most of the time. Then certain plays get out, but we can get that under control, and we got to try to get more turnovers.
How about Lee? How's Lee played so far?
He's been playing all right. He had 1 or 2 busts early in the season, but he's playing faster. He's played fast the last 2 weeks, and he's been showing up.
So now, because I saw him early the last game, he seemed like he made some really positive plays, and he seemed like he was just more together. The last game I saw a lot of improvement from the first couple of games. Is he starting to pick everything up right now?
Yeah, he's fine. He's playing fast. He's not thinking, and he's making plays in the backfield.
And how about the receiving situation? Has Curse given you a big lift?
Curse has given us a big lift. Obviously, he has great hands, but he's tough, and he can block, and he's a route runner. And, we're using him a little more than he got used in Seattle, and which helps us out a lot. But he's very reliable, and he's a tough-minded player, and he helps out the young guys with all the nuances of people we play.
Has the start, Todd, we're talking about Todd Bowles, the head coach of the Jets, has the start made you change how you think you want to look at players? I know part of this year was development, maybe look at quarterbacks and stuff like that. You're not going to do that when you're 3-2, but has the start and the fact that you're winning, has it changed the way you're going to go about your business and what you thought maybe you were going to do leaving camp and where you are now, or are you doing exactly what you thought you would do?
No, we're doing exactly what we thought we were going to do. We're going about it the same way. We're trying to win the division and win the Super Bowl. And we got guys, young or old. I always tell our guys all the time, when is a good age to start winning? Whether it's out of college, 5 years, 10 years, you don't pick a time to get good. You get good when everybody's on the same page and you have the perfect chemistry and you make plays. And that's what we're working towards.
You want to tell anybody I told you so after you're 3-2 right now? I mean, there were dire predictions this year for this team, so you have gotten off to a good start.
Well, I don't worry about predictions. That's what people do. That's their jobs. I understand that, and I have a job to do, and I'm just trying to do it. Well,
listen, I know you got to run. Thanks very much for a couple of minutes. Good luck this week. It's been a fun start for you guys. It really has. Keep it up.
All right, thanks.
Take care.
Bye.